Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Lives with SCI. Today we've got a very special guest, Mr. Ethan Desborough. Say hello.
Hello.
So we're going to ask him a few questions. It's taken this long to get him on this podcast, so it's really good for him to be here. And I've also got Makisha sitting next to us.
Alright, first question. How did you feel about your job before the accident?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Pretty good?
Working with Christian was nice.
Nice. So,
So you enjoyed working with your brother?
Yep.
next question.
What was going through your mind immediately afterwards?
After I got across.
Yeah, after the accident. What was going through your mind? What were you thinking?
I think the only answer to that is nothing.
Well, when you were laying there?
Yeah, nothing. Just get the steel off me.
Okay. So how has the accident affected you emotionally and most of all physically?
And that's going from the accident until now.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, obviously physically I can't use my legs. But emotionally, yeah, rocked me pretty hard. Still is.
But you are getting help from a psychologist, is that correct, isn't it?
Yeah, therapist, yep.
And that's helping you?
Yep.
Awesome.
So what... Have you found support through family, friends and other organisations?
Yeah, definitely have. Yeah.
Who's helped you the most?
So, used to, and Nescu.
Yep.
Emma from Nisky?
Yeah.
So if you could, what message would you like to share with other employers and workers about safety at work?
Train your fucking staff properly. Yep.
Yeah, we'll do that. Beep over that one. All
I
right.
reckon. Right, moving forward, what has given you strength during your journey to keep going on?
Just the amount of support I have.
Mum, Dad.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. What advice would you give someone going through the same thing that you're going through? Like, what have you learned that you could pass on?
Not as bad as you think. You know, it rocks you pretty hard at the start, but it all gets better gradually.
Okay.
But you just need that support to work that through.
Yeah, yeah. I think the hospital part's the worst part.
Yep.
But once you're home,
The transition from hospital home, how was that?
yeah, it was good. Scary.
I don't know, but
Remember the day that we packed up in the morning?
Oh yeah, that was a very emotional day.
Yeah.
Remember the plane trip?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a head case, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because the nurses sort of become family, don't they?
Yeah.
Nurses and doctors.
Yeah.
How has this experience changed your perspective in life?
I know it's a bad one. You probably have to bleep it again. But I may probably just don't give a fuck about certain things anime.
You got more to
Like not
more
the
to
like
worry
not
about?
the bad things, but like
Yeah.
yeah, if someone's being fucking rude, I just just stroll right past him.
Sorry about all swearing in this podcast.
I learnt it from my dad.
So in other words, like, don't stress about the small things
Yeah,
anymore.
you don't gotta stress not as much.
Okay.
Just proves that you can have your life turned up instantly, so I just try not to care about much anymore.
And just think it could have been a lot worse, yeah?
Mm.
So what are your hopes and goals for the future?
I can't do that one.
Okay.
I
So you
I can't answer.
haven't really thought about that yet?
You know I can't answer stuff like that.
Alright.
Well, you're going to set yourself up, so that's a hope and a dream. But anyway, yeah, Nick.
Yeah.
So, what have you learnt the most out of this whole journey?
Don't take your life for granted.
Yep,
Pretty much.
That's
yep,
a pretty good one.
definitely. You got anything else? You got anything to say? Anything that you want to tell the audience? Not really.
What about, let's say, when you were in Townsville, you stay at Townsville, that we were there for 4 months. What was your worst part of being there and the best part?
Start off with the best part, obviously. Probably seeing sunlight for the first time after 3 months.
I remember that when we went out and you were on the bed.
Yeah.
Getting let out in the back.
And the worst is probably ditching my phone at the wall at the doctor's after getting told I need before surgery done. So
After they told you infection was back again.
yeah.
Yeah. So if you could say anything to any of the doctors and nurses from Townsville, if they're listening, like, do you thank them or anything like that? Anyone in particular?
No, I thank all of them equally.
No, definitely.
But just you know who you are. That one bloke that said I'd never walk again. You know who you are. You know who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you proved him wrong. You've taken steps.
Yeah.
So that's the Townsville experience. Is there anything else? What's always stuck in your head? What's the number one moment that you've always liked from Townsville?
Probably when Alex painted my fingernails and put the balloons up when I was passed out of drugs.
Well, I remember you were so freaking grumpy you were there, eh?
You were so annoyed because she told you they were drag queens when they weren't.
Take him down! That's all I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you sat there and scratched the nail polish off your fingers.
Yeah.
You woke up and she'd painted them. She told you she was going to do it.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, so that's Townsville. So let's ask the same questions again, but for the PA. What was your
Best and worst experience at the PA?
I don't really have a worse experience with PA, do I?
Or maybe your neighbour?
Besides probably, my next door neighbour. It's fine. Probably my next door neighbour. I'm not going to say his name, but...
Oh yeah, when you were in the transition rooms.
Yeah.
The acute, yeah.
Yeah, cute.
Yeah, just had someone threaten to shoot me, but, he couldn't really do much.
What about your
Just
best?
leave it there.
Yeah, just leave it there, not naming
Leave it
names.
What about your best experience then for Brisbane?
Probably having the nurses walk across the road with me to go get some vapes.
What
About walking for the first time with Mel?
And that too, yeah.
What about a surprise visitor?
Oh yeah, me nana.
Yeah.
Yeah, good old Fossil.
Friends that you made?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you kept any connections with any friends that you made?
Nah, don't talk to them often.
Yeah.
What about the most funniest moment?
At the whole experience, what was your funniest moment that you look back on and you think, far out, that was funny?
Probably not being able to laugh because I was in so much pain, and then you guys happened to bring the most funniest person into my room, Honey Nil, in Townsville.
Yep, that was before you had your operation.
Yeah, and I was telling her not to make me laugh, but she kept making me laugh.
Yeah.
What about when you fell out of your bed? Fell out of your bed or your wheelchair and you had the army crawl?
Oh yeah, Brisbane had the army crawl across the floor.
Or
the way
to the
to the
nursing
nurse's
station.
desk.
Yep.
Yeah, let them know. The wardie found me, the lunch lady.
Oh.
How did you find the rehab in the PA?
Yeah, it was good. Did a lot of learning and physio.
Was it hard? Was it was it tough for you or?
Some days were hard, some days weren't.
Nice.
If you could change anything from being at the PA, what would there be? If you could look back and go, oh, I wish I could have done this different, or I should have done that more, or I wish I didn't do that.
Really nothing. Everything I didn't do, I've just learned how to do it myself. So.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
You got any questions?
So I got a question. What was the most challenging part of your rehab?
Have to say all of it.
All of it?
Yeah, all of it.
When did you come to terms with the idea that you were probably not going to walk again? Like, when was that moment in your brain that said, you know what, I'm not going to walk?
Well, I still really haven't came to fact with that just yet.
Yeah.
Only God knows me real answer.
Well, you have walked, you've taken steps. So
Yeah, properly walk.
yeah. So I don't know, when did you realise that, okay, this is actually really bad? Like,
Probably after I fell on the floor when I first got home. Being in my own home and not being able to get up.
yeah.
Would you possibly in the future want to advocate or be a support officer for other people with spinal injuries?
No, probably not really.
No?
Just not my type of thing.
Yep.
That's fair enough.
But if someone was to come to you through either YouTube or PM you or something like that, would you be willing to chat to them or not really?
Like if they were asking you
No,
for some
prob-
advice.
If it was advice, yeah, but anything else, probably not.
No. How do you deal with the mental pain? What's your go-to thing?
Like when you're starting to feel a bit, down and depressed, and how do you deal with the mental struggle?
I've got two answers.
Yeah.
One you guys probably don't want to hear. Probably the first would be just going out and getting new tattoos.
Yep.
And then the second would, just smoke a bit of bud. But
Yep.
That is medical,
Yeah.
by the way, people.
yeah,
Yeah,
medical. But then I could. Usually when Dad gets off night shifts, we go sit out outside in the morning.
And have a good chat.
Yeah, and have a good chat, coffee and a smoke.
Nice.
And that's a cigarette, people. How do you feel dealing with all your OTs and all that?
All your appointments.
So you got Aaron, your OT, you got...
It gets frustrating after a while. And so some people can't see that, and they say I'm cancelling, but I don't. Just patted Mum and Dad on the back while saying that, by the way.
Yeah, whatever.
Yes, well, we do know you do
So-
cancel sometimes.
So who have you got? Your OT, Aaron,
You
You
got Aaron.
House Mods, Janet.
Yeah.
You got Andy, your physio. What am I missing anyone?
No, I don't believe so.
Dr. Haminda, he sometimes or every now and makes a video call.
Yeah.
We got Emma from NISCU. Soon to be Rachel? Stacey?
Yes, Stacey.
You got anything that you'd like to say to them?
Not really, just thank you.
Thank you. Yep. A really big thank you from me and Keish too. That's
Definitely.
for sure. Without you guys, we would have been up Shit Creek without a paddle.
But, all in all, I guess we just want to say thank you, and thank you to Ethan for finally giving a little bit of his insight.
You're welcome, guys.
And this year we're all at home now, so we are going to have a nice big Christmas feast, a few drinks,
Yeah.
and be as a family as this year. So
I do have one question for you. Are you excited about going on the F1?
Oh yeah, heaps excited. Yeah. Fucking oath. You freaking oath.
that's once again thanks to Starlight.
Right.
Well,
Thank you guys for coming out to the podcast.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Ethan, for finally agreeing to doing this.
Yeah, you're right, Dad. You're right.
And we'll hope to get you back on. Oh, hang on. One other question before we leave.
What?
How's it like to drive again?
Oh yeah, really, really good.
Really good.
Yeah, really, really, really bleeping good.
So you want to tell the audience how you do?
I drive with a Bluetooth accelerator that connects to ECM. And Mum thought it came from a fucking satellite.
It is called satellite.
It's not. from a
Anyways, that's
satellite.
beside the fact. The way I brake as well is just a lever that's connected to my brake and press forward to brake the car.
Good to have your freedom back.
Yeah, heaps good.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, that's one big achievement. That one.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
And you got your own car, so it's even better.
Yeah.
Oh, guys.
Stay tuned for a new car reveal next year.
All right then, guys. Thank you very much for listening. I hope this has been a pleasure listening to Ethan finally,
Yeah.
and we'll hopefully see him again shortly, for another one.
Bye,
And-
guys.
And as usual, mental health matters. It's not weak to speak.
Correct.
Damn fucking right.
See you guys.
Stay up.
So I'm back, guys. So I just want to explain. It's taken us nearly 6 months, I'd say, to get him on this podcast. with him doing this, that was a massive achievement for him. He swore black and blue he didn't want nothing to do with this and blah blah blah. But after seeing us progress doing this podcast, he's finally agreed to come in, which he did just then. So that was a massive achievement for him. So
Definitely. It may not have seemed a lot, for other people, but just getting him to say what he said on here is a lot, really.
yeah, definitely.
It just goes to show that his mental health is slowly improving, and we've got, Samara to thank for that.
Yeah. Oh, that's another person that we didn't mention. Sorry, Samara, if you listen to this podcast. But no, hopefully next we might be able to convince, or might get Christian to come in and do a little podcast as well. So
Try and get it from his perspective as well, because he's the one that's seen it all happen and was there from the very beginning.
So anyway, guys, thank you very much, and we are definitely going this time. Bye.